So, what am I asking? Easy. I want to go after Clark County. I want to go after Inclusa. And I want to go after K2. Why? Because I was involved in a skiing accident in 2015. December 31st, 2015. You're all like, the date. Don't give a shit. In the accident, I was TBI, severe leave. I shouldn't be here. It was really bad. 11 days in a coma, months at Sacred Heart. And then from Sacred Heart, I went back home. Next thing I know is I am in Minnesota because my wife couldn't handle me. And then I'm back because I got myself out of there. I told Minnesota, you guys do such a wonderful job. I'm surprised veterans aren't hanging from the ceiling. Well, I threatened to kill myself. No, I didn't. Use your brain, idiots. And then I was starting to learn, because she was given guardianship. I was completely non-coherent back then. And it was just for about a month or two, and then I finally came to. Clark County was in charge of the guardianship. Failure there. Should have raised big stink about that. Inclusa, I wasn't allowed to make any money because Inclusa was going to get they got all of my Social Security except for $100 because I was disabled. I don't know how that works. So, but they had Social Security workers or whatever they're called, psychologists. This is what the killer was. Due to the fact that my incompetent wife maintained being my guardian, Clark County never did what they were supposed to do. You're supposed to audit the guardian and make sure they're not a complete idiot. Now, I'm not saying my ex-wife was a complete idiot. It was very stressful for her. She became an alcoholic. During this, she would get home and drink like a 6-pack of beer or whatever. I rose a stink and I was sent to, I know it was Trempealeau. She took me to Trempealeau. And I was like, if I go there, I'll be dead because that place was whoa. And instead of Trempealeau, she talked to the service officer that got me into the VA in Toma. I was there for a year. The first weekend I was there, she got a DUI. She went out, gave some tickets to somebody, and got a DUI. Come to find out that she was partying it hard because she couldn't handle anything anymore. And I'm nothing mean against her. She just couldn't handle it. When your husband is severely injured with her son, my stepson, basically died. I was at Regions for a long time. I was in a coma for 11 days on a ventilator. They just said they didn't know if I was ever going to come out of it. So that's a big stress. And then I'm a different person. I'm not who I was. I have no memory of anything. So, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. So, Clark County failed. Inclusa failed. Bygoff and Rohde was a company that my wife used, or the lawyers my wife used for the lawsuit versus K2, which is the helmet I was wearing. They all think the helmet failed because they said I hit the back of my head. Bygoff and Rohde, are you complete idiots? I broke my collarbone, like severely broke my collarbone. I had to have metal implants put in for my ear bones, replacements, because I broke them. I have a Baja because I can't hear. The Baja, I had this after I got out of the VA and after all this crazy shit was done. The Baja had to be moved because there was a fracture there. Oh, it had speakers. The frickin' helmet had speakers, and I hit the speaker and it broke. Okay, so we won't even go into that. I don't know anything that happened in the courts. I was totally oblivious to any of this because I was kept out of the loop. When I went to court in federal court in Madison, I was allowed to go to the first day, and I gave my name. They no questions for you and no questions, and I was out. And they told me I couldn't come back. I was totally fine, but it was just. When I was at the VA for the year, all the nurses were like, "What are you doing here?" And they were like, "Scott, you can't be here for nothing." I'm like, "I don't know," and I want to go after K2 again, but we lost, and then she made it so we couldn't appeal because, and she was warned by the lawyer for her DUI that if her name came up in any proceedings, she'd end up going to jail. So losing this stuff for me was no big deal because she wasn't going to go to jail. And it makes me a little upset that Bygoff and Doty, Dips and Jets, they couldn't figure out anything to save their ass. And so we lost all that. I don't care. I'm mad at Clark County and Inclusa. I was able to come back. There's probably thousands of individuals in this state who are dealing with the same incompetent assholes I was, that they can't get, and I apologize for swearing, they can't come to, and basically their mind doesn't come back, and they don't understand they were mismanaged. I want to go after Clark County. I want to go after Inclusa. If I'm able to make an appeal, even though they said we weren't going to appeal, to appeal my K2 ruling, because K2 took my life because they had to put speakers on the. And when I say they took my life, they retired me. I have a TBI, traumatic brain injury. I have made a miraculous recovery. No, I'm not allowed to work because I don't like anybody. I am not a person you want to, because in 2 seconds, I'm done with you. Just go. I was a network engineer for the Department of Veterans Affairs. I was very good at my job. I was a certified network associate and higher, but I will just stay there. I loved my job. People were wonderful because they loved me because I got what they needed done. That was taken from me. All my memories were taken from me. Why? Because Clark County never did their job. And my ex-wife, because we are divorced, she got a DUI in the county next to Clark County. It might have been Clark County. But she got a DUI. Clark County never knew about it. How can you... And because they didn't do their job, I wasn't properly represented. It just goes on. I can't find a lawyer anywhere to get off their yanker and take this and do this. Because, we can't, I was in the military. If I sat there and whined and cried as much as all you frickin' lawyers do, you guys would all be speaking Guzulu or whatever, something crazy language, because I defend you. Defend me. I don't need the money. Okay, I do well in my retirement. Not quite well. I do well. You gotta do it on principle, because if no one stands up, it's gonna happen to the next guy, and it's gonna happen to the next guy. You never know. Maybe it'll happen to you. You don't know. So, if you have enough cojones, you can give me a jingle and say, let's mingle. Okay. Sorry. I had to talk to you guys. I'm sorry. There's a lot more to it than what I'm putting out, but I'm not going to put all of it out there.